Well, welcome back to our second segment. We're with Dr. Barb Provost. We're talking about life events, the things that have happened in our past that really influence our future money decisions. And there are a lot of things that you talked about death of parents. I mean, I've lost my parents. My wife lost her parents. We're the next generation up. Those events were impactful to us.
Yeah.
We used to talk to mom and dad. They're not there any longer. So that impact, how did they live? Well, I can say when my parents died, I said, I don't want to be sitting in poverty. I'm going to change. That was an impetus for some people. Their parents lived very close to the ground. They were living on welfare, Medicaid, food stamps. It makes a difference. The next generation boomer, we're awake to all that now. And we're saying, I'm not living that way. And how we make our decisions today are going to depend on how we're going to live tomorrow. So it's really a big deal. Talk about inheritance. I kind of think this is a whopper. We're going to be inheriting the greatest exchange of wealth is going to be happening all in these next less than a decade now.
Yeah.
How is that going to impact women? Because they're going to get this money.
Yeah, I think they called it the triple dip or whatever. They would get inheritance from their own parents. Of course, if they live longer, they could get money from their spouse, and oftentimes their spouse's parents. So they are coming into a lot of money.
I love the triple dip thought.
I know.
Well, it is, and right now, I'd want to be able to tell my female clients and connect with them about that issue alone and how there's ways to make that really leverage and work for you. I've noticed in inheritance, people especially women, are much more given to not only helping their children, helping their grandchildren, or in our generation, because of longevity now, maybe even great-grandchildren.
Right.
And charities.
And charities are a big deal too, right.
Huge issue. Also, when we're talking about saving, and most Americans don't want to have a mortgage going into their retirement. They don't. Okay. And we're the first generation that has actually skewed, or we've actually moved away from that kind of paradigm. And we need to return to it because the boomers are the sandwich generation. So I have a female that's head of household. This is a big stat. Female head of households taking care of mom in an LTC, just finishing off paying tuition for her kids, still haven't paid off her mortgage, and she's 64.
Right.
See, to me,
that's scary.
Yeah. So one of the biggest things, it's hard to tell a female client who really wants to engage her children and be the best for them. Yes, but you're hurting yourself at your expense of helping your children.
True.
So when I'm looking at inheritance, desire to have a home, and then I've seen this whole new thing. You start a whole new career.
Right.
What's with that?
Yeah, a lot of people have retirement careers. Even when they retire, or it used to be 7 different careers or 7 different job changes. It's multiple now that people have, a lot of job changes, a lot of different things happening, different new skill sets and different new technologies coming into play. Lots of things. There's a lot more change. People are not staying at their company for 20, 30, 40 years anymore.
How big is it for a woman to make sure that her children are treated with equity?
Big.
How big is that? And I'm assuming little Johnny's not a felon when I say that. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, most of them are they want equality.
Women are nurturers. They want to take care of their children. They want to make sure that their children are cared for.
That no one's over the other.
Right, equally and as much as they can. So it's them, their children, and charities. Those are the big 3 components that they want to make sure they're taken care of.
Well, another thing that I'm noticing, a lot of people have experienced a second marriage that's happened in their midterm to a little bit in life. Now we have blended families.
True.
How important is this for a woman coming into her second marriage? He has kids, she has kids, and I want to be able to bless everybody, but the dollar only goes so far.
It's complicated, and I think a lot of that has to do with the amount of money and the relationships that they have with one another. So it's complicated, but they do need to think all of that through, because in the long run, like you're saying, women need to make sure they're taken care of before a lot of passing funding on to their children. I
liken what you just said. This is a huge issue. I liken this unto the old FAA rule for flying. In the old days, they would say, if cabin pressure, we lose cabin pressure, the mask will fall down. And it says, you need to put the mask on yourself first, not on your child first, which was counterintuitive to every maternal instinct. Yeah. Because, they had to institute it because what were women doing in those situations? Yeah. They were taking care of their children first, and they were both perishing. They had to figure. And I liken the same financial issue to this, allegory to that.
Sure.
I need to make sure that you're taken care of. And I'll try to help you with your kids. But I want to make sure you're going to live to 90, 95.
Right.
I mean, most gals that are watching their weight, exercising, being really good about all the good things that they want to get into behaviors. I think we're going to see some really unbelievable numbers.
No doubt.
And so I need to take care of her first, and then if I have things. But women don't do that, though.
Because they're nurturers. You know, they want to take care of their family and they want to make sure everybody around them is taken care of before they're taken care of. But it's so critical now that these women realize now's the time to start planning for your retirement. There's a huge gap there. It's going to happen to you. You need to make sure that you are prepared financially for your retirement and for your long-term care needs.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. Remember, before moving forward with any of the ideas on our show, always consult your tax advisor, legal counsel, and your broker-dealer compliance officer. Missed an episode? Just hop out to our video archives. And remember, you could be wiser as an educated advisor. I'm Steve Savant. We'll see you next week.